Welcome back to a Gaming with Spoon's Top 10. When it comes to video game visuals, they are a key part in what make great video games. After all, it's the visuals and graphics that are going to immerse us into this world and take us on an adventure. Whether or not the game has a more realistic approach to its graphics, or whether or not it's going something from more animated like Mario, each game kinda tries to set itself up differently, but then you have those games that take it to a whole new level. The games that are almost an artistic form in of themselves, rather than just a video game or a visual style. And today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 video games that have the best graphic style. Megami Tensei games have always had a unique look to their art style, and that is in part due to Kazumi Kaneko. Persona 3 and 4 definitely had a unique style to their game, with the colors and emphasis on how those colors played into the theme of the game, but Persona 5 really took it to the next level. The red and black textures to the highly stylized menus made this game stand out. It says something about your game when its style and art direction get turned into memes. It really took the look of how turn-based battle menus can be presented to a whole new level and then some. So much of Persona 5 was unique in its own right, and I feel that the attention to detail in everything from its characters to its menus, its monster design down to its ending of battles helped bring this game to life in so many ways. If you grew up watching 30s cartoons, chances are you're accustomed to the black and white art style. Bendy and the Ink Machine captures that same black and white style as it sets up a horror story within the game. What sets this design apart is its small part in how it's inspired by Walt Disney's early concepts for cartoons. It's all helped by a creepy atmosphere for the studio that is even cartoon in its execution. Attention to detail and art style that hasn't been explored in games like this really helps it stand out, and it's all thanks to its black and white aesthetics. Super Mario games have always looked great, and while the animations were nice and looked good, and it stood out, it's never really been taken to the level that Paper Mario took it. Paper Mario has a storybook style to it, almost as if you were reading a pop-up book, and it works so well. From its curtain-style battle system to its unique nature of enemies and the characters crafted in every single moment in this game, it truly stands out. It was almost as if the developers are trying hard to show a unique style to each character and area to stick with the player long after its playthrough. Paper Mario is one game series I take a look at and realize there just isn't many games that have its art style and look, and for that it makes this list and stands out against so many other Mario games. When you think Studio Ghibli, you usually think anime, since Studio Ghibli has been behind some of the most inspirational anime ever. Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and Princess Mononoke are some of my favorite, just to name a few. When it comes to video games, they rarely pop up. This all changed with the release of Ni no Kuni: Wrath of the White Witch in 2013. This game's art style is unique in that it is coated with Studio Ghibli and look and feel, and it is no surprise since they had handcrafted it. So much of the world looks and feels like it was just what you would expect from a Studio Ghibli film. From its unique town setting to its uniquely designed characters and environments, this game will have you engrossed in it for hours to come. Even though its sequel was less than stellar, I can't deny the fact of just how amazing the game absolutely looked. Any 90s kid is going to remember the huge inspiration that Dragon Ball Z was to all of us, and that was a part thanks to Akira Toriyama. While he was known for masses for his contributions to Dragon Ball, he did gift us with art styles in the video game industry. Games such as Chrono Trigger and Blue Dragon all have characters that were made by him, But in no small part would these games have been possible without Toriyama's work on the Dragon Quest franchise. Arguably, Toriyama's art style is one of a kind and one of the most recognizable when you see it on screen. The design that went into each character and monster in Toriyama's design paid off. There is something about the way that he draws his monsters and characters that is magical and full of artistic structure. I don't think anyone can doubt that his contributions to the series helped it get started and stapled it as one of Japan's most influential RPG series. The 16-bit era saw the rise of an aesthetic art style all of its own. RPG makers pretty much renowned for making 16-bit RPG throwbacks, but perhaps none stand out quite as well as the characters of Undertale. What helps this game apart isn't just its environments, but its design to each enemy and creature in the game. From normal enemies to Toriel to Papyrus and Sans, each character is brimming with its own unique personality, and the design is what brings these characters to life. Toby Fox was able to create a unique assortment of characters through his art design and bring to life his RPG. He didn't just create a video game, he built his own world and made it his own. As a matter of fact, Toby Fox created such a wide range of characters that he birthed a fandom within the gaming industry itself. There are a few games that have had cel-shaded styles to them, but not many games can say they've looked like watercolor paintings come to life. Okami was a uniquely crafted game that relied on beautiful art styles to capture the world of the game. Okami uses its paintbrush style to immerse the players in its world and set up a unique adventure unlike any other. It is perhaps one of the best looking games ever made. Comic book styles are typically something you don't see in games, but Mad World for the Wii definitely tried through its black and white visuals. It might be hard for some gamers to swallow. It helps this game stands out though, given its unique look. Within the Sin City-inspired visuals, this over-the-top violent game stands out with its black and white comic book style visuals to its red color of blood when killing enemies. Mad World stands out thanks to the emphasis of its violent nature. RPGs tend to have their own style to them and art direction, taking cues from anime, but Valkyria Chronicles took it to a whole new level. One thing in video games that has always stood out to me is cel-shaded graphics. Valkyria Chronicles is really brought to life with this style, and its story unfolds as it's all in part that it plays and feels like a storybook coming to life right off the pages. Everything about this game looks and feels great, from its attention to the environmental details to the unique look and feel to each and every character. A lot of effort was put into making sure that no one character looked the same. The game offers up so many vibrant colors and it takes the time to let you just stop and marvel how uniquely crafted the game and art style truly is. This game looks and feels just as beautiful as it did back 10 years ago when it was first released. Saturday morning cartoons have always been a huge part of our childhood. Mickey Mouse and Steamboat Willie were some of the first characters that have been around for ages. I always looked at those cartoons and somehow wondered just what if these could be brought to life in a video game. Cuphead fulfilled that, and I don't think there is a game with an art style quite like this. From everything being hand-drawn to the game in this game is crawling with a unique look. A variety of unique levels, enemies, and characters. This game goes above and beyond to set this up. Where Cuphead truly shines is in its unique nature of its boss fights. It really encapsulates the unique nature of different cartoons throughout the years and brings a colorful world to life. This game's art style really feels like it's putting you in the hands of a 1930s cartoon, and with a unique look that I don't think any other game has been able to pull off. I'm giving this my number one spot. This has been my picks for the top 10 video games that have an artistic style to them. Video games that go above and beyond to set themselves apart from every other game. And these games just look incredible. They are eye candy. I want to hear what games do you think had the best looking art style? Let me know down below. What games didn't make this list that you think should have? Be sure to leave those down below there. Hit subscribe there for me to keep updated with all of my content. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links are going to be down below in that description box. You guys have been watching Gaming with Spoons, and most importantly, stay happy, be happy, game happy. Spoons is checking out.